So I will assume that you clicked on this video because you would like to know how to dance with girls in clubs. You came to the right place because I will be sharing one of my friend's secret techniques called the Steidl strategy / Steidl method to dance with girls. Now you may not believe that I did this and I tried this method myself, so I asked two of the witnesses to the Steidl method of dancing with girls, and here they are.
First of all, thank you to Kevin for including me in this video. I'd like to gather my thoughts on the Steidl method. Myself and the creator of this method, named Jury, we thought it was an incredible success from Kevin, our good friend, and it caught us off guard how successful he was. The magnitude of our reaction was immeasurable. We were there like, oh my god, he's finally done it. To witness this with our own eyes was fascinating. The Steidl method was working well and truly. And yours truly, Lee Kevin, who's ours as well, he pulled off this incredible stunt. He grabbed the girl, he implemented the Steidl method, how it should be implemented basically, and it was a roaring success. We were in awe. So yeah, he's just done it, and after that the low mowing method, which I will think he will elaborate on, maybe in this video, maybe another in another video. So this was my reaction, my witnessing video of the Steidl method performed by the Kevin.
Hi, I'm the creator of this method, and to be honest, I didn't believe that it will work. And then my crazy friend, Kevin Lee, shout out to him, did all the dance, all the moves, and it amazed the girls. They were like, oh my god, it's so cool, or whatever. And then he just randomly left after a minute, but still confused and proud of him that he did it.
So after being rejected by my crush, I decided it's time to go out and meet girls somewhere else. Clubs came into my mind first, as well as other social events where you can meet a lot of people. I was never really an afraid or a shy dancer, to be honest. I always liked to dance on the dance floor, making different funny moves and having fun with my friends. But little did I know that dancing alone or just with your friends and having fun, how different and more difficult it is to actually dance with girls. In the very early days, I didn't really care about dancing with girls. I really just cared about having fun, making goofy dances, and being the spotlight on the dance floor. That's what I enjoyed. But as I got older, I kinda wanted to start dancing with girls. And so, as I said, I started attacking clubs and these other places where you could dance with girls. I practiced my game there, talked to girls, and I also wanted to get better at dancing and being physical with girls, because I found that you can have verbal game and you also kind of have to have physical game with the girl on the dance floor where you can't really talk with her. So I decided that I would like to become a person who can confidently walk up to the girl, dance with her, be intimate with her, do some cool dance moves with her, and, ultimately kiss her and maybe even bring her home. Well, the first few problems I ran into was that sometimes the music wasn't good, sometimes it was very dark, I couldn't even see if the girl was actually a fatty or if it was a good-looking girl. Also, the environment was pretty crowded, like you couldn't really move that much, and that made it harder to end up dancing with girls. And also, since the place was so crowded, I would always end up sweating my ass off on the dance floor, and my face was like really, really sweaty, and when I went up to girls I wanted to dance with them, Yeah, they would see my sweaty face and that wouldn't give a good first impression. But to be honest, going out and partying, you kinda have to expect these things. But the bigger underlying problem wasn't that I was sweating, it wasn't that the place was too crowded, you could always move, but it was rather fear. I remember times when I was just dancing a little bit closer, a bit closer, a bit closer to the girl, and then I just couldn't move myself to, hold her hands or I just couldn't. I was paralyzed and I was feeling like an imposter, standing there, doing nothing, and it was fear that was holding me back, to be honest. Fear not only of rejection, like I got rejected by my crush, and it hurt. Maybe not even the rejection part, but rather the possibility of being that intimate with the girl within that short period of time. You're not used to that, rubbing your pee-pee to the girl's ass within a few minutes of you two dancing. Like that kind of intimacy, I wasn't comfortable with, I'm not going to lie. Maybe I was just really afraid of being intimate with girls and probably also afraid of getting hurt by them. Of course not physically hurt, because they can slap me if I go really hard on them, but I obviously wouldn't, but rather the emotional hurt that they could give me, since maybe in the past I kinda got hurt by other girls in the sense of being rejected. So after putting all those fears and insecurities away, I decided, fuck it, I want to try it out. See how I perform on the field. So I started going to clubs with the intention to dance with girls. Little did I know how hard it was to actually go up to her, somehow manage to tell her you want to dance with her, initiate the dance with her, and even after that she accepts your invitation, how hard it was to actually just dance with the girl for, and how to escalate your dance. Little did I know how hard it was. The first struggle was fucking going up to the girl. Then, even if I did end up going up to the girl, I was nervous as fuck. And if I was lucky and she accepted my approach to dance with her, I didn't know how to dance with her. All I had was some dancing lessons in my school for the prom dance. And that was a prom dance, when you go like this. How the fuck do you do it? The prom dance is like this. You dance very nice like this. And do you think in a club you can do that? Hell no. So those were some first time struggles. And then a very important moment for me came, which was when I was standing with my friends on a pretty empty dance floor. A few girls were dancing there, and I asked my friends, why is it so hard to dance with girls? And my friend said that, bro, it isn't. All you have to do is go up to her, point your finger at her, point your finger back at yourself, and do a little dance move, and it'll be easy, man. And that was the moment I said, alright, fuck it, I'll actually try this out. So I decided that I'll just go up to the next girl I see and do this little technique my friend taught me. So when it was time to actually go up to the girl, I decided that I'll use my little dance move called cutting the grass and accidentally cutting a mole. A mole is like a little animal in the ground that digs holes and he cannot even see it. And this dance idea came from my friend who was cutting the grass and accidentally killed this little animal in the ground. So this was how I went up to the girl. I saw the girl and I pulled my lawnmower up. I quickly ran to her like this as I was cutting the grass and pointed at her, pointed back at myself, and did a little dance move. She kind of smiled and we kind of just started dancing, holding each other's hand and doing some dance moves. And then I said, okay, it was enough. I pulled my lawnmower up and I danced away as if I was riding that lawnmower, And when I came back to my friends, they had their jaw dropped. They didn't believe what just happened. And that moment, I laughed so hard. I couldn't believe that this stupid little technique worked. And this was the moment when I said, holy shit, Like, this was the moment that I said it didn't matter if my face was sweaty. It felt unreal. How did how I don't even have words. Like, how could I possibly pulled off such a weird way of going up to a girl? I went up to her as if I was cutting grass and then pointed at her, pointed back at me and did a little dance move. How could that have worked? And I was having so much fun. I was almost, my stomach hurt. That's how much I was laughing. My friends didn't believe what just happened. How? And they said the best part was when I ran back to them using the lawnmower technique. The plan I would like for you to try out if you want to dance with girls is this. Step 1. Grab your funniest friends and brothers who you can share almost everything with. Your closest friends who you love the most with and who you can have the most fun with. Grab a few of them. You don't, even if you have a lot of them, grab just a few. You don't need that much. I had 2 of them supporting me. And go out to a nightclub. It's basic. After that, start by warming up a little bit. I would suggest warming up by thinking about each other's funny moments you guys experienced together. One of these little dance moves for me was when I mimicked when my friend was cutting the grass, as I mentioned it previously, and accidentally killed a little animal. So my dance move went something like this. This was the moment when he accidentally killed the animal. And this next dance move was inspired by the same friend, but this happened when me and my class went to China and I got a room with this friend of mine. He had to take a really fat shit and took it, and accidentally got the toilet stuck where we couldn't flush down the shit. Since I had to take a shit as well right after it, I had to shit onto his shit, and it sadly got the toilet stuck even harder. It was like a shit soup being cooked in the toilet. And that dance move looked something like this. So those were 2 of the dance moves I did that night. For you, it will probably look differently because your friends will have different stories you can mimic with your dance. But that was just to give you a rough idea. So this little dance move that you will practice now will be very important because this will be the dance move you will be using to go up to girls. And the cool thing about this is it is going to put you into a very fun mood. And that thing will really help you when it's time to approach the girl. Now, when you've got your approach dance, you will use this little move called the Steidl move, which is you point at the girl, you point back at yourself, and you do any kind of dance, be this, any kind of dance that you feel authentic. If this girl vibes with you, and if this girl accepts this little dancing ritual that you just did, she will want to dance with you. If no, it's fine, because you went there in a very fun mood and you will use that same dance you went with to run back to your friends and then proceed on to the next girl. But if the girl accepts your dance move, that means that you two are compatible together. Congratulations! Time for the dance! You probably don't know anything about how to dance with girls, right? Neither did I. I think I danced with less than 5 girls in my whole life. And honestly, I watched some videos, and the best piece of advice that I got was the inside twirl. It's kind of like when you spin the girl, but instead of spinning her away from you, you spin her into you and then you go closer to her. Let me show you. You can use this little dance move alongside of holding her hand, doing little steps to the left, to the right, whilst leading her, going back, going front, and honestly, after all that, you should give a try to the twirl technique. That's kind of the dance moves I know. After that, I haven't tried this one out yet, but I think that we should somehow get behind the girl and get her to rub her ass on our pee-pee, or when you just get closer to her with the inside twirl, you could also go in for a little kiss. Haven't done that yet, haven't got anything to say about yet from personal experience, but that is what you could do with it. Honestly, I wouldn't have imagined that this would work. I thought the girl would just reject me like the girls beforehand. And that is very important to know. Know that you will get rejected. Not all girls want to dance with you. Just like you wouldn't like to dance with all the girls on the dance floor. There will be some you just don't find attractive. Well, to be honest, personally, I would dance with even the fat girls there, because I think that would be really funny. But, you know, girls have their preferences as well. So, what the best thing you can do is, after a few rejections, is not to just give up and go home and say that this place is too animalistic for me, this place is for degenerates, or that this place is just not worth it. No, I had that conflict with myself as well. And it's honestly a numbers game. Believe me. I got a bit lucky, but I also did approach around 10 girls so far. And this girl, who happened to be the one who accepted my approach, was also when my friends were there, and it was a fucking banger. And I know it's not that easy. I personally go to these clubs without drinking. Sometimes the music are not good, but what you can always do is have a fun mindset and a courageous mindset, which is taking action and forcing yourself to take action even when you truly don't feel like it, even when you are truly afraid to move. And honestly, this is it. I have a pretty solid and fun way to go up to girls now and dance with them. I also kind of got better at, dancing with girls, and it's a really, really funny program to do with your friends instead of staying home and playing video games, to actually go out, socialize, and laugh at each other and approach girls and try to dance with them. It's a very, very fun program to do, trust me on this one. And you might even get girls with it. And I strongly believe that a few more nights I go out and dance with girls, one of them will eventually end up in there. The overall transformation I'd say I experienced was going from a guy who dances like a clown, which maybe was my way of just having fun, or just my way of ignoring the fact that I actually wanted to dance with girls, to a guy who now still can dance like a clown and enjoy the night, but also share his gifts with the girls around them, and with his friends, and with my tribe, and with my friend group, and with the people around me. And it would be a sin, it would be a huge loss, not only for yourself, but for the people around you who you don't end up sharing your gifts with, if you don't become a person who takes action on his fears. And the lifestyle for the people who do are lifestyle full of fun, joy and excitement. Lifestyle with girls, dancing with girls, having fun with friends, and overall a happy lifestyle. I wish that all of you can experience once. Thank you for watching, see you in the next one.